Hello and good evening. Welcome everyone to the first episode of Planet Zoo after the Planet Zoo beta. It's a pity, I know, it is over. It was such a sad feeling coming home tonight to actually record that video, but yet at the same time, normally after the videos I'm going back into the game and record stuff for you, but you know, it's not gonna happen. I have to go to bed or just, you know, play something else or whatever, but at the end of the day I can't play the game because it's not there. However, I did save up a few things for you guys, a few little treats, and this is the first episode of 2, the second one will be tomorrow, of a safari canyon. I can only tell you, this canyon was only possible because of the two wonderful people I already mentioned on this channel, but I will mention again that helped me out so much with the conservation credits. It's Wallaby and also It's Not Irish. So those two basically bought animals of mine for in total 30k conservation credits. It's ridiculous. It's insane. It's a pity that they needed to because I really had those issues, but I'm just so grateful. I'm just so thankful that you guys as my community make this possible. Like I just literally put that tweet out. It was not really a tweet. It was a post on my community wall, and within minutes you guys answered and bought those animals. It was really insane. It was really heartwarming. I never actually wanted to do this because it really feels like grabbing kind of stuff, but the thing is, I want to create content for you guys. You enjoy watching them. It's kind of a win-win for both if I'm able to do it, but I just, you know, I didn't have the time to play that long to get all these conservation credits because I missed out on the lion breeding cheat thing while I was building, for example, Noah's Ark. So there were a few things I didn't really plan out well at the beginning. I have to admit, looking back at it, I might have checked my microphone and my hard drive space before recording this episode, because I recorded all this episode in like 15 minutes and it was not able to save it because, you guessed it, my hard drive space was full. That's happening after beta and after binge recording the whole week. Okay, so I don't really remember what I talked about the whole time. Anyways, let's go back to the last part I was talking about. So if I would have known this all before, I might have changed a bit of about my approach on the beta. I should have played the franchise a bit longer to make sure that my park is running, and I would have got a lot more babies to make sure that I have a lot more conservation credits, and then I have focused on the franchise park to make also the crazy sandbox stuff, including the Noah's Ark, because to be fair, Bible-wise, I just wanted to call it history-wise again, which is not the right term. I know that people stumbled across this when I had my episode of Noah's Ark, because truly I am aware of the fact that Noah's Ark never actually happened, and this is like a tale or like a Bible story that you know should tell people a lesson. Anyways, I needed to, like, there were a lot of people commenting it that I just believed in it, which is ridiculous, but okay, anyways. So I needed to figure out that this is also would have been, to be accurate in terms of where it all took place according to the Bible, would have been so much more realistic to put it in a more deserty area like over here. I mean, it's not India though, but it's more like Far East anyways, and not Far East, it's Near East, but it's more like a hot area where this Noah's Ark thing would have happened. So it's in the desert, so that's why. Now let's talk a bit more about this build over here. So you can see that I needed to check a few things, and oh yeah, I remember one topic I talked about in the previous recording. So you can see that I had a lot of issues making the terrain ready for my animals. So here's the thing, that one feedback that appeared in the forums quite a lot, and which I have to really agree to, is the hitboxes of the different elements in the game. So as much as I love how the animals behave, as much as I love how they are able to walk on so many things, as much as I love that they are basically able to interact with everything, I hate the fact that the hitboxes are kind of ridiculous. Let me just give you the example of my Gharial. You guys have seen my Gharial episode of the temple, the Gharial temple. If you haven't, you should check that out right now, because if not, you're getting spoiled right now. Spoiler alert! Well, the Gharial was at the end of the episode not able to walk into its bedding area. The space I left in the middle had a width of 4 meters and a height of 4 meters. While the Gharial in total, height-wise, is less than a meter, definitely. And also in width, I mean, I can give it, including the legs, including the animation movement, whatever, I would give it a max of 3 meters in width. So, at the end of the day, I would be wondering if, however, I mean, it could nearly go sideways into it by 4 meters. I needed to delete as many pieces to get it to a total width of 12 meters. I'm not even lying. This is 4 times the width of the Gharial going in sideways. I mean, this is something where I'm like, yeah, I can definitely see the reason doing that for a beta, because you don't want to have the clipping all the time. You don't want to have a potential problem, issue / bug over there because of a too narrow hitbox. I can see that. But, well, this is far off from being somewhat understandable in terms of an accurate one. Like some of the rocks, some of the small rocks have the hitbox of the rock is 3 times the size of the actual rock. Where I actually I'm like questioning if that's on purpose, or if this might also be like a value in the beta that not intentionally, but like accidentally was raised to 3 point instead of 1 point or whatever. I'm just a bit confused, because some of the things I can see the reason, but for most of the hitboxes I can clearly tell no reason. Like, why would a lock, like a straight lock, have a hitbox of 2.5 meters to the left and right? I don't see a reason there, because what shall the animal do? I just don't see it. So this is really weird, and I've seen a million people raising this concern in the forums. So I'm really hoping they improve that, because honestly, this canyon over here, if you look at the total size of the canyon and the total available land mass for the people, for the animals in the menu is close to only 50% of the actual size of the canyon. You will see that a bit more if I'm checking some of the animals later on in this episode of their traversable area. So it was a bit of a downer here. I mean, I'm okay, before this gets into the wrong kind of mood here, I'm criticizing here on the potentially highest potential levels at all. It's just not, I can't even say anything about that, because the game, even for a beta, I am honest with you guys, I would be playing this game the next couple of months in the current state. It's that great. Honestly, it's that great. Yes, there have been a lot of bugs, and yes, there have been a lot of weird stuff. I'm just talking about my climbing giraffe or all the poop going on or whatever. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Still, the game runs really well. Still, the game is a lot of fun, and still it is endless creativity offered in here, even with a limited amount of stuff in there. Like, it's only the tip of the iceberg. What we have, the iceberg we have seen here. It's really, there's so much more coming. I mean, we know about potentially 50% more animals that will be in the final game already, not including all the animals that might even be revealed until reveal and with the reveal, not even including potential DLCs in the close future or near future, not even including all the stuff that has been unnamed by now. So that's just so much more, and already this game is amazing. So please, with all the critique I'm giving at all times, and basically in each and every episode, it's meant to be on the highest potential level to make this an even greater game than it already is. Like, I don't just want to, let you guys think that I'm criticizing all the time and just like play. I mean, I made like 1 million episodes, and I was like streaming the hell out of it, and there's no point in me not liking this. But I just think it's my honest belief that you need to critique people and creators and whatever. You need to criticize them because otherwise you won't move forward. I think it's a fair point. Sylph said that in his last video as well, in his Planet Coaster video. He was actually encouraging the people in the chat to criticize him, and I would actually encourage you guys as well. If you have something that you don't like about the build, or if there is anything in the build where you think you don't really see the reason behind that, or you don't agree with my opinion or whatever, don't hesitate to put your opinion down. I mean, please stay polite, but it's totally fair to have a discussion. I'm actually a person who loves discussions. I could is wrong. I can sit down with friends and you know, people from work, or even like for like relatives or whatever, to just talk about various topics the whole evening and discuss on a very polite and respectful level, obviously, but we can argue the hell out of it. I love it. I really love it, because this is, I believe this is something that really drives you forward. Not even only in terms of knowledge, but also in terms of your perspective and your perception of reality. You start to see different things from different perspectives, and you are raising your ability of having empathy, and it's all these kind of things that really help. And so if you have any critique, obviously put it down. I mean, there are a whole bunch of things here in the beta which I want to already throw in. So obviously, yes, I'm not going too much into the detail that I can, simply because I was limited on time. I also didn't focus too much on realism for most of the parts, because again, realism always comes with a time issue hand in hand, because to make things realistic, you need to figure out a lot of things. You need to do a lot of research, and for the beta, I obviously laid back a bit more and went the easy way, the easy route of doing stuff more or less like in a flow and just straight out of my imagination, rather than checking too much in before. So yeah. As you can see in the back, and I figured it would be nice to talk about actually what I'm doing over here. In the back, I am building a little bit of the backstage area, but also the big shelter where I had a little Easter egg hidden. So if you guys have spotted the Easter egg I put in this episode, let me know in the comments down below, and the winner will be shouted out to in the next episode of I can't do this because this is pre-recorded. How do I do this? Okay, you know what, I'm just putting a very nice message of the first comment, mentioning this Easter egg on the community wall. Then that's something I can do, because I will be away for holidays next week. I don't even know if I said this in the first part of the recording. If so, I apologize. If not, again, next week I'm on holidays, so this is why I want to pre-record. I actually want to throw my phone away for a few days to just relax mentally, but also energy wise, and be prepared for the final launch of the game and the madness going on. Then there's a whole bunch of stuff planned. You guys will be pretty amazed. It will be very awesome. I have so many plans and so less time, I can only tell you. So also, a couple of days ago, I asked you guys if you would be up for a face cam in the recordings. I really looked into it. I will do it, but only after my holidays, because for now, doing the setup takes a little bit of time, because I want to have a constant position for the camera. I don't want to have the position that I have in the live streams, because it's a bit more top down, and it doesn't really film me in the way that I would love it to be. I don't want to do it with my phone all the time. I want to do it with webcam, so I have to figure out a way where it actually stands nice and you can see what I'm doing. I actually want to have like a view that you guys can not only see me, but potentially also the screen. I don't know if this will be even possible, but yeah, I'm looking into it, and I will provide you with the stuff. Sometimes I also have to see if this, like, we will do a few pilot episodes, and then we're gonna see. Talking about a pilot, or talking about some testing, you can see that with this bridge I put over here. In a few seconds you will see me measuring the actual Jeep. I can already spoil you guys that the Jeep is way too tall, and I needed to get rid of the roofings, because making the roof that tall, so the Jeep is actually fitting through without clipping, made the whole thing look so damn ugly. I mean, the way it is right now looks pretty fine to me, but the way it looks in a few seconds is just absolutely ridiculous. I really think that this is not a nice thing to have the bridge looking like. As you can see, I'm using this pillar over here to measure it. I just counted the different level of bricks, and then I just figured, oh my god, look at how high I need to just move this. And I was like, okay, that looks absolutely stupid, and I decided to get rid of it because I don't like it. Anyways, that's already the end of this episode from my side with the commentary. I really hope you guys did enjoy it, and I'm sorry again for the little sound issues we had, but I feel like this is a really nice beginning of our Safari Canyon. So please stick with me. Tomorrow there will be a second episode of this wonderful safari thing, and you will then at the end get some nice screenshots and all this kind of stuff. And in the end there will be also a cinematic and a tour of this area. We will also have a ride of this area, so everything is planned, everything is prepared for you guys. You can enjoy this then in the next week when I'm away on holidays, but until then, have a wonderful time, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Make sure to subscribe if you're new here, and yeah, whatever you do, have an awesome time. See you next time, and enjoy the waterfall. Bye bye. Alrighty guys, thank you for watching this video, I really do appreciate that. As always, make sure to check out also my social media channels. You can find me everywhere under @Rennkamel. Also big thanks to the crew, you can see it on the left hand side right now. And as always, if you want to see more, you click that card on the top right. And if you want to stick around because you like the stuff you've just saw, whatever, you know what I mean, just click that sub button, which is to the bottom right of the screen right now. But everything else I can say is have a great time and see you next time. Bye guys.